Welcome back to another episode. On today's show, we're going to talk about what franchisees could be looking to do right now, especially if they want to expand into additional locations. A couple of weeks ago, I was talking to a gentleman who does the business development for an educational franchise. They do preschools. And we were talking, and they've got their average project costs are, I believe, between $500,000 to $800,000, give or take. That's to build out the leasehold improvements for their preschools. And so I was asking them, well, how many units do you have? How many locations? And then I was just giving them some insight on SBA financing and refinancing. And so as we were talking, many of these franchisees are on variable rates with prime plus the margin. And oftentimes these margins are over 2. They could be up as high as 2.75. And I was telling them what I'm doing for my clients is doing refinances on the 7A. It's a lot more streamlined it's a lot more streamlined today than it was in the past. Meaning before we used to have to get a letter from the current bank saying that they weren't interested in refinancing the loan and all this other kind of stuff to go along with it. So now we don't have to get that letter, and really for eligibility purposes is that you're supposed to see a 10% reduction in debt payments. And we can accomplish that by lowering the margin, also potentially extending the term. They could be in this SBA 7A loan for 5 years already on a 10-year term. Well, if we re-amortize it back to 10, we're going to lower that monthly debt payment. In conjunction with that, we can also lower the margin, most likely. So if you're a franchisee looking to refinance, or a business owner in general, doesn't have to be a franchise, it's an opportune time to look at this. The conversation I had a few weeks ago really kind of sparked it in my mind that these franchisees that are really looking to get to their second and third location for this preschool, this educational franchise, well, we could do that. You could also potentially roll into your second location at a higher loan to value, or loan to cost, I should say, on an expansion. So if you've been in the business for over 2 years, they consider it expansion. Some banks will actually take a little over a year and say, okay, we'll consider this expansion, and they can lend 95% loan to cost. So you can really get high leverage financing. In conjunction with that, maybe we can do a refinance and lower your existing debt payments, save a couple $1,000s a month there. So there's lots of options. So if you're a franchisee, I encourage you, if you're trying to expand, might look at doing the refi with some working capital and expansion capital to get into your second or third or fourth or fifth location. Remember, you can have an aggregate of $5 million of SBA proceeds. You can have multiple SBA loans. Obviously, you have to be eligible, but there's a lot of opportunity to expand. And also, if you own multiple franchise brands, maybe one's in education, you might own some home service franchise. If they're in different NAICS codes, now you're not capped at the $5 million aggregate. So there's a lot of opportunity right now. So I encourage everybody to really, if you got an SBA loan and you're not locked in at a really attractive rate, and your margin is over 2 or 1.75, or you're looking to extend the term, lower debt payment, or get some expansion money, it might be a great time to look at the refinance options. It's now easier than ever before. Additionally, if you have commercial real estate, you can do a 7A, SBA 7A refinance potentially into a 504. So there's options that we can take a look at. Anyways, you can book a free consultation with me. Go to bookwithbo.com. If you're a franchisee, franchisor, you want to, invite your franchisees in the system to learn about this so they can, get into another location or two. I know a lot of people that are having success inside their franchise system, they want to expand. We're here to help both the franchisors, the franchisees, and general business owners grow their business. So anyways, thought I'd come out with this short episode on conversations I'm having in or around SBA financing. Anything to do with franchise or SBA financing, feel free to book a discovery call. We can help you find your ideal business, franchise startups, franchise resales, SBA financing for franchises, as well as business acquisitions. We do construction. We can guide you in the right way. So anyways, hope you enjoy this episode, and we'll see you soon.
Meet Bo Eckstein, the driving force behind Business Ownership Coach. Unlocking the path to business ownership. Visit www.businessownershipcoach.com. Thrive with Business Ownership Coach.
Hey guys, Bo Exian here. If you enjoyed what you saw, please subscribe to this channel. We talk all things financing. I've been in the lending industry for over 20 years, and I'm happy to answer your questions and provide great content.